Kyle could have got shot, even if he shot him in the head. So that's impressive. He needs to be some Secret Service
He
dude.
did not hit anyone. He did not hit anyone who wasn't attacking him. Right? He didn't hit anybody who was just in the background. There were no stray bullets that hit anyone. Like this dude, 17 years old, not part of the military or anything like that. I mean, it's fucking impressive.
And what's crazy is that this could have been worse if he had shot the black guy who did the first drop kick on him. If he shot the black guy, right, I think he could have lost the case. But out of all people, he missed the black guy. So I think either it was God or maybe his quick, political senses said, no, miss the black guy or something.
Bro, imagine, Joe, I'm still trying to figure out how they tried to turn this into a whole racist thing when he only shot white people.
Because he was at a BLM rally. Because this is a narrative that's going. He was he shot people that were at BLM rallies supporting black people.
Oh,
that's
okay,
what racist. Okay. Makes no sense.
So you know why? What's another thing though that I am surprised? Why I say I'm surprised that he didn't get found guilty on at least a few charges or some charges, because the first guy. So self-defense stipulates that you only used enough force to stop the threat, right? He shot the first guy, he knocked him down, and then he shot him 3 more times. The first shot fractured his pelvis, and the dude was going down face first, and he followed him down to the ground and shot him 3 more times.
No, wait. That's not how that happened. So when he shot him, so first of all, when he turned around to shoot was after somebody who was chasing him, which in all of that commotion, it's reasonable for him to think that the person right behind him is the one who fired a shot, because there was somebody who fired a shot first and he fired it up into the air, right? So to try to get scared,
he testified
Kyle,
that he testified he knew it wasn't that guy though.
Did he testify and say that?
Yeah, Kyle said he knew that it wasn't that guy that shot.
I don't know how he could know that if he was running away from them. But
and I don't know why he would say that. I would have been like, hell yeah, I thought it was him.
Yeah, I don't know why he would say that. I have to go back and look at the tape.
But either way, do you know how many bullets it takes to kill someone?
Yeah. So hold on. So if there's a mob behind me, and one person is now I know people in the mob are firing shots, and then this other guy, and I have a weapon, and I have to assume that you are trying to kill me or trying to at least take my weapon. If I have a weapon and you're still pursuing me, right? I have to assume that you're in some crazy state of mind. So at that point, when you get that close to me and then he shoots him, he doesn't wait until he hits the ground and then shoots him 2 more times. He shot him 3 times in succession, as he was falling. In split second, he also hit him.
Right. They say it was in less than a second. He let off 4 shots.
Yeah. Which is also impressive.
Yeah. And remember, this was about who's the other dude that got shot 7 times in the back? Blake? That cop that shot him in the back?
Jacob Blake.
Jacob Blake? Yeah. Now, he was going for a knife.
He was.
Which was even less of a threat than a Rosenbaum or Pedophile 1. So if Pedophile 1 actually got his gun from him, it would have been a wrap. So he was closer at killing Kyle than Jacob Blake was killing that police officer. And that police officer got off from shooting this man 7 times. So
he did.
I mean, and check it out. And Rosenbaum, he was the first guy who was running after Kyle, right?
Yeah.
First guy who got shot. Okay. Yeah, Rosenbaum was in his element because he's just chasing underage kids all the time anyway. So that is
Freddy
in his
Krueger.
MO, bro.
He felt natural.
That shit was natural to him.
He was like Joe Biden mode right there, Biden mode.
It was, man.
I can't even believe that Jacob Blake is being compared to this Rittenhouse situation. Even the facts of Jacob Blake's case is still, people are still saying misinformation. They're like, well, he was there to break up a fight. No, he wasn't. He was there harassing his girlfriend or his baby mom. Who already had a restraining order against him.
Yep.
He was there trying to steal shit from her.
Yeah.
And they called the police.
Yeah.
He was just trying to get back to the car to his kids. No, he wasn't. He said it himself in the video in the hospital bed. He was going for his knife.
Yeah, he admitted that shit. Again, I don't know why these motherfuckers admit this shit, but he admitted that he was going for that. As soon as I heard that, I was like, this game over. Y'all can't even argue this shit anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't about
I
the
was going to
black
ask how
belt.
you knew that, but I guess if he told him himself, he told him himself. Sure.
I,
Told on
like, I
himself.
actually posted it on Instagram. It's a video of him in the hospital bed. He's telling young people, don't listen, don't do what I did, be smarter. Period. It came out of his mouth. What kind of right-wing shit is this? Man, this is not right-wing. This is fact-wing.
Yeah, this is fact wing. And definitely, yo, Dimitri. So hold on. Do you agree that Kyle Rittenhouse should have been let off?
I think he should have had some kind of punishment. I'm not saying it should have been murder, and definitely not first-degree murder. But I think he should have.
Yeah, what punishment? What punishment would you have voted for in that deliberation?
And look, I didn't watch this.
I would have if it was on me, I would have gave him 8 to 10 years in prison.
For what?
For what? Thank you.
For manslaughter.
For what? Manslaughter against who?
Against I guess one of the pedophiles he killed and shit.
Dude, you're Australian. This dude is Australian.
We need to bring up the explanation of manslaughter because it's clear that you didn't pay attention to. I didn't even watch the trial. Okay.
What country are you from?
Innocent Russia. He's from. Aren't you from the Ukraine?
Yes.
Okay.
That explains it.
Okay. Unjustifiable,
that mean?
inexcusable, and intentional killing of a human without deliberation, premeditation, and malice.
Right. Exactly.
Explain how Kyle Rittenhouse did that.
What do you mean? He unintentionally killed him by shooting him without. He didn't deliberate about it. He obviously didn't think about it.
He intentionally killed him because it was self-defense. So explain how it's not justified. So
make it in that case, make it third-degree homicide.
Are you just coming up with shit? So hold on, wait. Why are you trying to charge someone who? Okay, so how is it not self-defense? Let me ask you that. How is it not self-defense?
Because he kind of provoked the situation, and when you provoke the situation, like when you provoke,
how did he do that?
When you agitate, because he was out there with a gun, knowing that the crowd was already hostile, and he was defending property that wasn't his. Nobody really asked him to defend that property.
Okay, so hold on. Everything of what you said, is that a right for him to do?
I mean, I don't know. Is it a right to shoot somebody over property?
No, hold on. Well, yes, that is. But hold on. So forget about that for a second. Is it a right for him to have a gun?
I mean, in my opinion, yes. But based on what
he had a long-barreled rifle. Is that a right of his?
Right. So I guess it is.
Okay.
Right?
Was it a right for him?
I'm just confused why they charged him with it.
Okay. So was it a right for him to be in that place?
I mean, there was a right, but it doesn't mean that it's
so hold on.
decision.
I didn't say it was smart. I just asked him if it's a right. Okay, so it's a right for him to own the firearm. It's a right for him to be in that place. So where exactly did he encourage or incite some type of reaction?
I mean, he went into a crowd that he knew were agitated. I'm not saying the crowd was in the right either.
To do what?
You know
Why was he there? And what was he doing?
I mean, he supposedly to provide EMT support, but he wasn't even an EMT.
I don't think that's relevant.
How is it not relevant if he went to do something that he's not qualified to do?
Okay, well, hold on. I think the word EMT is just irrelevant. So whether I'm an EMT or not, if I went there, it was like, hey, I got first aid, I got bandages. Y'all need anything? Do you think that's fine for me to do?
I mean, it's fine. It doesn't make it like a smart decision, though.
No one's talking about a smart decision. You were talking about that he should be charged criminally. You said 8 to 10 years. 8 to 10 years.
Okay, fuck it. Let's give him 4 to 5. 4 to 5.
You just keep making up shit. So like you're just saying that he should be charged and put in prison, but he didn't do anything that was illegal. He did not one thing that was illegal, but you're saying that he should still be charged.
I mean, saying that he didn't do anything illegal is subjective, because in a different, like if it was a different jury, he could have been found guilty, and then would we have said he did do something illegal or illegal? You know what I mean?
I've been saying it for a year that he did nothing illegal.
Exactly.
I know, but just because you say that doesn't make it a fact.
Well, no, it is a fact.
Video. Multiple angles of video of him interviewing as to why he was there, video of him cleaning up graffiti. Video proves why he was there. He was not there because he wanted to shoot some people up. So we're talking about facts to the case.
I don't think he was out there because he wanted to shoot people up. I definitely don't think that.
Why do you think he was there?
I think he was there because he wanted to play cop and like he liked I think he liked the authority he got, and he was just basically being a
authority. What fucking authority? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't even matter. Let's say that that's true. Let's say that that's true. Okay, is that illegal?
What is illegal?
Is it illegal for me to want to think that I want to play cop?
No, but that's just weird.
Okay, and so how are you going to charge me for something that's not fucking illegal? How are you going to put me in prison for something that's not illegal?
But shooting somebody in
self-defense is legal.
It can be argued that it's not self-defense.
Buddy, the case is already over. It's legal. It's unanimous by women too, which is crazy to me. But like, it was unanimously decided that what he did was legal. It's not like, oh, this juror says that it's not legal. This juror says it's not illegal. These 4 judges say that it is. This is unanimous.
Well, yeah, they came to a unanimous decision at the end, but you don't know what happened in deliberations. There could have been jurors that thought he was guilty. You know what I mean? But
none of that matters.
I just want to understand when is a good time for you to actually use your weapon on someone for self-defense? What situation?
When somebody is, when your life is in imminent danger, or there's imminent danger of you losing life or limb.
Okay. Do they have to have a gun for that to be the case?
They have to pose a credible threat that somebody would logically concede that it was a threat to your life.
Okay, so let's say we replace Kyle Rittenhouse with you, right? Now the mob is like, get his blank. They want to get you, right? And some dude already said that he's going to kill you, right? You already have a gun. Are you going to use it?
If I was running and the dude was far behind me, I wouldn't have stopped to turn around and shoot him. Like, if there was police over there, he could have just ran to the police, man. Like,
there were no police.
Why did he decide to stop and turn around and shoot the guy when he was running away from him?
Okay, do you know? Okay, so let's say the guy is fast and you're slow. And he's catching up with you. Now, there's a point where you have to make a decision. Either you're going to wrestle him, or you're just going to have to, I don't know, get beat up or use your gun. Which one are you going to use?
Karate chop the fuck out of him. I would have beat him the fuck up.
So do
you
you know?
Justin,
do you think you could beat everybody in a fight?
Justin, I don't think that you're painting this picture the right way first. So one thing that you have to add in here is that it's not just one person. So let's say that 10 people are chasing you. Let's say it's a group of people. It's 10 people that are chasing you. One of them has already stated that they would kill you. Right. There's also hold on, I'm not finished. There's also a gunshot that you hear from one of these 10 people who is chasing you. Do you not think that that's reasonable for you to return fire or to turn around and eliminate that threat?
If I think somebody's shooting at me, that's fucking hell yeah, I'm shooting back. But he even said that he knew.
Okay, so then Kyle's
that guy that was chasing him. I mean, I guess
it doesn't matter. It was in a group of people.
I guess he's innocent. But there was only one person chasing him, though. There wasn't 10 people chasing him, was there?
Yeah. No, you're really crap, bro. There was not just one person chasing him.
Dimitri,
so why didn't he shoot the other people?
How many people?
I got white privilege. You know this.
Okay, let's not get into that. But I think what you're not understanding is that there were a crowd of people that were letting pedophile number 1 chase him because they were not as bold as him to chase someone with a gun. So they were waiting to see what was going to turn out the situation. If pedophile number 1 caught him, brought him to the ground, they would have all jumped in and beat him up. And we've seen this in many protests and riots. So they were waiting for.
A good point.
Yeah, so he knew what kind of danger he was in because people were shouting all kinds of things, and he was already throwing stuff at Kyle. And then once Kyle shot the dude, that should have deterred everyone already. Everyone should have said, let's not chase this dude because he's willing to shoot people. But no, they were so depraved. They were so psychotic that they said, let's chase this guy who knows how to shoot somebody and kill him. And they chased him. And you think they were going to just beat him up? You think they were just going to say, let's smack him in the head? No, they're going
I
to take
don't
his gun
know.
and use it on him.
Hey, look.
But didn't one guy have a handgun? Why didn't he just use it on him to begin with?
Because he got shot first. He shot his arm before he could pull the trigger.
No, but he could have shot him way long before that. He could have shot him right after he shot the first pedophile.
No,
Yeah.
one, he has to get in range. There's like people all around him, so he doesn't want to shoot the wrong person, and so he's trying to get close to the dude. And then by the time all that stuff happens and everything settles to the moment where he's super close to Kyle, like I don't think he expected to get that close to Kyle, because Kyle was running and then Kyle tripped. So then that kind of changed the situation. And then by the time he got close to him, he was like, now it's time for me to pull out my gun. Kyle, luckily, he got up just in time to see that he was going to pull a gun on him. So that's when he raised his hands up. And then as soon as he saw that Kyle was not going to shoot him, he was put his hand down to shoot at Kyle. But Kyle just said, "Damn!" Took his muscle off before he couldn't even pull the trigger.
Yo, and he was a slimy motherfucker too, because as soon as that dude advanced on Kyle, Kyle stopped and he did not shoot him because the guy stopped and was like waving his white flag. But then dude goes to pull his own weapon like a slimy motherfucker, and that's when Kyle shot.
Yeah, and Kyle didn't shoot him even though he saw the gun in his hand. Kyle didn't shoot him even when he had his gun up in the air. So he could have shot him then. I would have thought, okay, you're still a danger if you have your gun in the air and you're this close to me. But he waited for him to pull his gun and aimed it at Kyle. That's when Kyle shot him.
So, I mean, I don't know. That sounds more reasonable to shoot somebody than just a guy chasing you and then you stop, turn around, and shoot the guy. I think pedophile 2 deserved it. I don't know about pedophile 1.
No, they all deserved it.
Yeah, they did. But
he shot 3 people, right?
He shot 3 people, killed 1.
Killed 2.
Killed 2.
Oh, killed 2. I'm sorry. Yeah, killed 2. I'm sorry.
And crazy. And that's God.
That we have people defending like scum of the earth humans. That shit is funny.
You're making a jump from one thing to another. Nobody's defending what the pedophiles were doing.
You literally just said, I don't think the first one should have been shot. Why not?
Yeah, because that situation could have been dealt with without killing the dude. I mean, I believe that. Look, I don't believe that dude deserves to live being a pedophile, but that doesn't mean I think Kyle did the right thing either.
But hold on, Dimitri. If I'm being chased by 10 people, a gunshot goes off behind me. One of them has already stated that they want to kill me. You don't think that it is in my right to turn around and fire at them?
Look, the video I seen.
No, just answer my question. Just answer my question.
Yes, but that's not the situation.
Bro, that's exactly the situation.
What I seen, he was being chased by one guy, the guy he shot. The
no,
short fuck.
No, that was just the guy in front.
What about the dude with the skateboard?
I didn't see all that. All I see,
maybe the part. See all that, then
you didn't see the second part with the skateboard?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Look, what I seen was the one guy chasing him. He was doing like the Mitch fingers and shit. And then he ran up to the car, turned around, and shot the dude. That's all I seen. I seen the one guy chasing him.
You should go educate yourself on the case, bro. I didn't even watch the trial, but I watched every single video that came out before the trial, and Kyle's definitely innocent.
I only watched clips of the trial because I already knew he was innocent. I covered the shit like a year ago. So I already knew he was innocent.
I think we all did. This was
I covered it. I covered it the day of, like, because they were posting the videos like the very morning or the very night it was happening, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this is crazy!" I was like hyped about Kyle. So then I did all the research. I put all the videos in chronological order, and I did my duty. But then like at least 3 or 4 days later, that's when they started like taking down those videos from YouTube. So because they needed to control the narrative. So I was like, oh, this is crazy. Eventually they deleted my YouTube video from that. But yeah.
Do y'all think Kyle went out there to shoot people on purpose? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Dude, we went over this already. We already went over this.
What evidence is there to support that?
None.
I mean, he brought a gun to a fist fight.
No, hold on. You yourself told us that other people had these ARs. You told us that yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't a fist fight then.
No, but it was everybody with the ARs were on his side.
Yeah. Okay.
And how come nobody else shot anybody? That's what I'm confused about. Nobody else with an AR killed anybody that day.
Because they didn't.
Kyle.
Because they went for the easy target.
Dimitri, do you see this? So this right here is Kyle, right? This is
one guy chasing him.
No. That's one guy that's right there. He's being chased by a mob of people, and this is only just on this side. There are also people on the other side.
Shoot all of them?
Why didn't he shoot? Why does that matter?
Because he needs to defend himself.
Bro, what the fuck? Yo, you are goofy, bro. Like you're fucking goofy, boy.
No, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna defend yourself, you better defend yourself all the way, because all them other 9 people could have killed him too. You know what I mean?
But
they weren't all chasing him like that. They weren't that close to him.
They
said they were all chasing him.
They
they just weren't that close.
Come on.
Rosenbaum was the closest one to him. He was the closest identifiable threat. So he shot the closest identifiable threat.
But maybe the guy just wanted to fist fight. Maybe he wasn't gonna kill him.
Bro, shut the fuck up. Like at this point, just shut the fuck up.
I'm being honest. Maybe he just
you
wants
can't
to
be
fight
this honest. Nah, you can't be honest here.
You're not. You're trolling. I believe you're just 100%.
I'm not. I'm really not.
But
I'm being serious.
You cannot be serious because you're making yourself look really stupid right now. Like really stupid.
I don't care.
You should.
I got caught talking to trannies like a week ago. This ain't nothing.
All right, so Dimitri, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you because what's his name, Marcus, wants to come on. Hemingway.
Oh, he's about to destroy this guy.
What's up, buddy?
Hello, how y'all doing?
Long time no talk, my friend.
Oh man, it's been a minute, man. I've been going through some things, but you know, I see the light on the other side of the tunnel. But life is good. How everybody doing?
That's good, man. I'm glad to hear it. So, hey, man, what do you have to add to what you just heard?
Mental retardation is real in America. I just don't understand.
And it's willful, man. Willful mental retardation.
I wanted to use other words, but I didn't want to get blocked or banned. It's unfortunate that people believe that they can make up their own narrative to justify a sentence to somebody. Mm-hmm. And that's just plain and simple. He was like, well, you know, in their mind, he could have done this. He could have been Superman. He could have been Batman. He could have been all these things to stop and not use a weapon. But at the end of the day, you have the right to self-defense. And like I was saying in one of my videos, I was telling people that if you're in Wisconsin right now, in Wisconsin, you know the blueprint right now to self-defense. I can't speak for Texas, I can't speak for another, but at least Wisconsin, you have the blueprint. And for somebody to say that self-defense is for me, but not for thee, or for thee and not for me, that's crazy. And when that young white man said he has white privilege, I just put his lost it and I nodded out.
He believes in that shit too. He believes in that.
I believe it too, but I believe everyone had privilege, but that's a whole nother nuanced discussion.
You know, when I watched the trial, because I was at work, I had nothing else to do, and I watched most of the trial, all the days of the trial. I had questions about Rosenbaum to the most part because it was like, you know, can he really get off on that? And you know, listen to commentators. The other two it was plain and clear. You know, one had a gun. Another one, you know, hit him in the head with a skateboard. So yeah, and you're on your back. You have no way to retreat safely. So you have no choice but to use your weapon. But when they did show the crowd that was chasing him, and Rosenbaum was in the first fight, he was the fastest and the first to get shot. And I just kind of funny because yeah, you're the fastest, but the first to get shot. So when he shot the first one, everybody like, yo, wait a minute, I don't want to get what this man just got. But it was arguing the mere fact that he shot him 4 times. And I was trying to explain to somebody one day, it's like when you go to fight, when you go to the range or you learn how to shoot a weapon, they tell you to pull the trigger till you eliminate the threat. It might be one shot, it might be three. You know what I'm saying? And when you're shooting, sometimes it just happens. You just boom, 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 boom. But anyway, all that's said and done, the little boy is free. I tell somebody, if that was your child, you want the same level of defense for your child too as well. You don't want to spend any money. You want to make sure that he gets the best legal defense in the world. And I think it was you, Suni, that put it up. It's like, and I can't remember. I did not know that when he got kicked in the head, when Cal got kicked in the head, it was by a black dude that got kicked him in the head. Cal didn't shoot the black dude. You know what I'm saying? he did not. He said, "No, can't shoot that one." The game.
That's what his case would have fell apart. That's what his case would have fell apart right there.
Oh my God.
Death penalty. Death penalty for Kyle.
And all these tree hugging liberals saying that if it was a black dude, it would have went a different way. How many black people do you know have gotten off of gun charges and murder charges by the self-defense rule?
I know plenty.
Me too. Now, anybody got a gun charge or a possession of illegal ammunition, but they didn't get the murder charge. They did not get the murder charge because Florida is notorious for allowing black people to get off of murder charges for stand your ground laws. They proved that in the Zimmerman trial. It's like what are we talking about here? And I just find it funny. And then today the charges for the baby get dropped, but using self-defense in Walmart. I mean, it's like there you go. You got a black man who just got off of self-defense charges too.
A black man in Pennsylvania, self-defense. Exactly. San Francisco, self-defense, and he got off defending himself against a cop. So that just shows their narrative even more. I read a tirade today just posting. I'm like, stop it. Black men get off. Stop it.
I tell you, the funny argument they're using right now, which I think is crazy, they said Kyle went out there because he knew the law. Now, just hear me out. Kyle went to Kenosha because he knew the law. He knew how to draw people in to use his weapon, so he knew he wouldn't get legally charged and found guilty for shooting somebody.
That's wild.
Because he knew the law.
That's the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Sean King said this. I was listening to Sean King, and every now and then you got to look at Sean King. He made this argument. He said, Sean said, "I have weapons." Sean King said, "I have weapons, but I don't know the law like some of these white supremacists. So I don't go out with my weapon to draw people in to shoot and kill them. So they know the law, so they go and provoke and antagonize people so they can use their weapon and legally kill people." That's his logic. That's what they're telling people now. This is what they're saying.
They kind of think that white people are omniscient. Like they think that white people know so much. They know your psychology. They think of like white people as like Xavier X, like from X-Men. They're such mind readers, and they're really good at manipulating people. They're really good at controlling every situation. So you can always blame a white person for how things end up because they're controlling everything. They're mind reading. They're smarter than black people, so they can fool a black person to fall into their tricks.
These fools are out chanting, and this is a protest led by Jesse Jackson. I'm going to post this on Instagram.
Where?
The only solution is communist revolution.
Where is this?
The only solution is communist revolution.
I'm not even kidding. The only solution is communist revolution.
Who's saying that?
Jesse Jackson, bro.
He's saying that?
He's leading the protest, and they're saying he's saying it. Yes, he's writing it back. Look.
Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Communist revolution? What? How long have we been warning people about communism taking over?
Suni, I don't know if you want to come back to America no time soon right now. I think you might be safe in Japan right now. This is sad. This is sad.
Shout out to who gave me this link. This is crazy.
Let me say this right here. Let me say this right here. I do believe that Black Lives Matter means all lives matter now. I'm gonna say it again. I think Black Lives Matter It means all, because let's go back. Let's go back in the Wayback Machine when they had the shooting in Atlanta and all Asians were shot in the massage parlor. I'm gonna say massage parlor. They got a hate crime bill. You had Black Lives Matter out there protesting for the Asians. Now you got Black Lives Matter out here protesting for the 3 white men that was shot. I'm a firm believer that Black Lives Matter mean all lives matter. They just I'm a good shirt made say Black Lives Matter mean all lives matter.
At the end of the day, it's really Democrat lives matter. That's what it all boils down to.
I'm just joking with you, but I just thought of it's so the hypocrisy of these leftist black social groups, whatever you want to call it. I'm not even gonna call Black Lives. It's multiple. You got the Rainbow Push Coalition. You have the National Action Network. Then you got Black Lives Matter. You have the new one that the black dude started in New York City that was threatening to burn the place down and bloodshed. He got a new group out. They just want it's a money grab. It's a money grab. It's unfortunate. I don't know,
but these people are dumb because these people think that you're gonna have more freedom under communism, and that's like completely the opposite. Right? So communism completely it has one central government, right? So you're all under the state. And not only that, but they abolish any type of private property. There's no private property under communism. That's if you want to have like the biggest takeaway from communism, that's what it is that there is no private property. And it's impossible. It is impossible to be free and to have freedom, right? If you do not have private property. If I don't have access to my own private property, I'm not free.
But you got to understand, for the longest, a lot of young folks believe that. They was taught eminent domain before they was taught anything else. If you ask a young person what's eminent domain, they'll tell you, that's when the government comes take your property. Nobody really owns property. They always talk about there's no rights that blacks or minorities can have right now. We're not free. These are things that we're teaching our kids right now. So in their mind, they're already up under a communist regime. So it's only another little turn of the knob to get them all the way there.
That's because they're conditioning them, right? They're conditioning them young.
Yeah, and a lot of black kids right now believe that. Again, like I said, we was never free. Freedom has never been among the black person. I grew up in the time. If you're over the age of 35, maybe 40, you know what freedom is. There was a level of freedom that we enjoyed because we had to go outside and play. There was not too many rules and regulations. Hell, I was drinking in a bar at the age of 14. There was no real oversight in South Carolina when it comes to drinking ages.
That's why you like that. That's crazy. That's kind of retarded. No, I'm joking.
There was no mad. There was no other stuff. I mean, we was getting our driver's license at the age of 15. I mean, it was the things that we could have done. We did do when we were kids are unheard of in today's time. It really is. And I look at some of these kids. I say the reason why you say that there's no freedom because you never experienced freedom. You never experienced walking to school or riding your bike or just I come from the racist. I came from the state to where the first state that seceded from the Union. South Carolina was the first state seceded from the Union. And right now, South Carolina already said, if you try to go into the Second Amendment, they're going to secede from the Union again anyway. So, I mean, it's these things that people don't understand. So when we have our young kids, I talk to my kids all the time about freedom. I tell them, you just as free as I was when I was, your age. Understand what it is. Love it, because when it's gone, it's gone. You won't get it back. So if you give it to the state or give it to the global market system, which is going that way right now when it comes to cryptocurrency, a lot of people don't understand that. So if not, take advantage of it, enrich yourself, and find your own level of freedom by going somewhere else or doing something else. I understand why they're saying communist, because they believe that that's just the way it goes. Let the state run your life. Let the state have all the rights and ability to control where you poop and how you poop.
Well, they think that is fair. So that it's just a whole bunch of bleeding heart leftists that just believe that, well, we need to do this because it's fair. And it's unfair to see somebody who has so much more money than somebody else. Forget about like having to work harder or work longer or work smarter than another individual. It's just like, no, I don't like that because someone is more successful and there's people that are dying that are homeless, that don't have any money, that don't whatever. So there is no this whole freedom of what is it? There's freedom of opportunity and freedom of the opposite. I'm sorry, the freedom of whatever it is that fucking Jordan Peterson talks about, but it's basically the freedom of like outcome or whatever. It's like, no, it's just based on the freedom of opportunity. As long as people have the rights to do things that other people have the right to do, then that's it, right? You don't have the right to my stuff. You don't have the right to my money. Even if you are dying and homeless, you are not entitled to my protection or my money to help you. Now, should I feel like I should help you if I have that money? Sure, you could probably argue that, but you don't have the right to my help, right? You know what I'm saying? You can't compel me, and then if I don't do what you say, that you're going to imprison me because I refuse to help you. That's fucking crazy. Like I feel like black people are probably going to be at the worst end of this, yet they are like one of the biggest advocates for this whole new communist regime.
Well, you know, before you answer, I gotta ask. Your camera is outstanding. What your pixels on your? I'm talking about you.
Justin,
I forgot your name.
Mine's?
Huh?
My camera is outstanding.
No,
Tyler.
Tyler?
Yes, I'm sorry, Tyler. I'm getting old, man. I'm tired.
Oh yeah, I got this ring light, man. It makes all the difference. Check this shit out.
Yeah.
So like no ring light, right?
Oh.
Ring light. It makes all the difference, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's wild, right?
Ooh. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. But no, it's you're right. You know, black folks, we're just gonna give it all up. We don't cherish our freedom in the first. Well, I'm saying I cherish my freedom, but a lot of black folks is gonna give it up willingly. They're just like, look, let the government take it over. You know, because in here in Montgomery County, I live in DC, right on the other line in Silver Springs in Montgomery County, they're giving people a living wage of $800 a month. They're already starting to program people about how to be, you know, subjected to the government's will. They're like, if we give you $800 a month, you have to worry about little simple things like groceries and gas and stuff. We'll take care of that. So they're giving 1,000 families $800 a month. Richmond, California has started a program too as well. They was giving people a living wage.
Bro, livable wage. It's not even. It's some bogus leftist term that these motherfuckers have made up. It's not even real. Like, even just to take it as a livable wage, how your wage matches your living situation is not uniform. It's not universal, right? So you have a single mother who has 3 children is going to need more money or more of a living wage than I would as like a single male that doesn't have any type of obligations. Then like she's going to need more. But then you're just saying, okay, well, then they have to pay her more because of the decisions that she made. I'm not paying you more money just because you chose to have 3 damn kids. You know what I mean? And that you ain't got no fucking man there. Like, why the fuck should you get like more money than I do? That's fucking insane, bro. Like, and a lot of these people, you guys should watch Eric July on this. He talks about this really well. When you talk about like the living wage, he's an ANCAP like I am. So like he talks about this whole livable wage, and it's like they want livable wage because they think that without this minimum wage or this livable wage, that people that businesses would just not pay people. Like if I don't think there should be any minimum wage, right? So it's like, but if you don't have a minimum wage, then businesses are just so corrupt and so greedy and so all about profits only that they would not pay people what they think that they should be paid. They pay them under minimum wage, which is crazy because only like 2% of the entire workforce makes like a minimum wage, like out of all of these jobs. So if it was true, then like most jobs today would still only pay minimum wage, but they take into consideration the amount of expertise you need to have, the demand that is there, right? If there are more people that can do your fucking job, then they don't have to pay you as much. If you're a fry cooker at fucking Burger King, that is not something that requires a whole lot of skill. So there are so many other applicants that can do it that is going to make your wage lower. But if you are going to be like a neuroscientist or something that's going to require far more education and specialty, then of course they're going to pay you more money. This whole livable and minimum wage thing is BS, man. There shouldn't be a minimum wage. Leave it up to the actual businesses themselves and the market to determine what that wage should be in that area.
I agree. I totally agree. I you know, one thing I think the first minimum wage started in 1920. It was like 25 cents an hour or something like that.
I heard that the minimum wage had racist roots too. That it was meant to like kind of push black people out.
Exactly. It's in a book called, I'll read this. I'll show you. Jason Riley, Please Stop Helping Us. He pretty much said that before the minimum wage act kicked in, a lot of black folks was actually doing a lot better. You had between the ages of I think like 16 to 18-year-olds, the unemployment rate was lower for blacks than whites. More black kids had more jobs than what, because they actually go out there and compete and actually and argue their salary and say, well, I could undercut somebody. Now you can't. And when they say, well, when the minimum wage act came in, a lot of these white business owners said, well, hell, if I got to hire somebody, I might have to hire the people I like looking at other than ones I don't like looking at. And it kicked a lot of blacks out of the workforce because they just fired them. A lot of people don't understand that. Now they're talking about this whole $15 an hour. I was at a cigar bar one day, and for whatever reason, I struck up a conversation with some people, and we started talking about the minimum wage. And lo and behold, we had a lobbyist there who was coming to argue about the minimum wage. And I asked her, how much money do you need to stop this argument? She said, what do you mean? Tell us the number so we can stop. Because when the first minimum wage act came out in the early 1900s, y'all said that'll be the end and all. Then it went up to $1.10, and then it went up to $3, then it went to $4, $7. Now y'all in some places $15 and better. What number do you need so we can give you the number and we can stop this argument? So therefore, a living wage. I said the reason why a living wage will never work because you cannot control the price of goods and services.
Right.
You cannot tell college what to.
Well, no, hold on. You can do that if you advocate for socialism. If you advocate for socialism, then you can, right? Which obviously is disastrous, right? So it should only be the businesses themselves that are regulating what the prices, the market. It should be the market itself that determines what the prices of goods and services should be.
Exactly, and when you look at right now the market right now when it comes to just household goods, cleaning supplies, they don't went up. Food and services went up. Everything went up not because there's a high demand. Well, it is kind of like a high demand because of the shipping crisis at the ports, but also we're printing too much money. We're printing too much money. There's no value behind the dollar. We're just giving everybody free money for whatever reason. There's not enough goods and services to spend the money on, so the price is actually going up. It's a big super mess that's about to blow up, and nobody's prepared for it.
If you talk to these people, because it's like I don't have an economic degree, but I can logically deduce like what would happen if you just increase the minimum wage or increase the wage that like certain businesses have to do. I think all of us can probably make these like logical deductions, right? So say that a company is starting to hire people at $10 an hour. Now you force them to start hiring at $15 an hour. I mean, do you actually believe that the higher ups, the CEOs, the people above or directly below him or her are going to say, yeah, we're just going to take this pay cut, like laying down. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to do that and pay people more. No, they're going to start firing motherfuckers. They're going to start firing people left and right. They're going to start adding in automation where these motherfuckers don't have to even be here at all, right? They're going to restrict your hours. They're going to do all of these other things, or the value of the product is completely going to go down. They're going to have a worse product, right? Because they're not just going to say, yeah, sure, you know what? I'm just going to make less money. And everyone else is going to make more money and I'm going to make less money. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, right now, it's not Burger King, a McDonald's in where I work at. They have kiosk machines. They don't even have cashiers. And I was like,
bro, go into any fast food now. Go into Taco Bell, go into Burger King, go into McDonald's, go into. I just saw that shit implemented in Taco Bell, and I'm just like, bruh, like, and people use that shit. You know what I mean? That eliminates you don't have to have a fucking cashier anymore. You don't have to have that motherfucker up front.
Did everybody watch the last Wolverine Logan? Did y'all watch Logan?
Yeah, of course. That shit was banging.
Yeah, did y'all see the part when he was sitting in the bar with all those unemployed truck drivers and they had the automated truck drivers, the self-driving trucks?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, okay, so go watch the movie. He's in the bar because when he gets to the fight, then and they was trying to steal his limousine, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of angry out of work truck drivers because the trucks became selfless drivers.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. See, every now and then, Hollywood give you a glimpse into the future. Right now, Apple is trying to do self-driverless cars.
Yep.
And they just kick their stocks way up because just the idea of that. So a lot of people don't understand that if we're trying, one thing I forgot who made the statement, said technology will cause you to lose jobs and lose. Look at it. We don't even have any more horse and buggies because why? Because of the car. The car came and the horse and buggy business went out of business. I know this sounds kind of crazy, but just watch where I go with this, okay? Every time we have innovation and technology, somebody's going to lose their job. That's how life works. When you make life easier, somebody's going to hurt behind the ease of life. Cell phones, telephones. Back in the days when Mom Bell kicked in the 1940s, we had physical operators that we had to link you into lines. We don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't have my house. They don't even have it might have a telephone jack, but there's no telephone repair people that's going up to the totem pole and fix telephone lines no more. It's becoming, satellite has killed it all for everybody. Innovation kills jobs. I hate to say it, but it also makes your life better.
Well, wait. I wouldn't say that innovation kills jobs. Well, hold on. I would say that innovation kills some jobs, but then it opens opportunities for other jobs.
Okay, well, let me tell you right here. You might be right, but the opportunities for the other jobs, this new generation, my generation, are not prepared for these new transformational jobs.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we're ornery. We don't want to learn no more. We just want to keep doing what we want to do.
You're ornery, yeah.
Yeah. And now you have the metaverse. I'm trying to learn the metaverse. I'm trying to understand it because that's going to be the next wave of lazy motherfuckers. Because when they start showing what they can do with the metaverse, it's fucking amazing. I just like, I got to learn this right now. Facebook is giving discounted Oculus, those goggles, and so people can be prepared. They're even giving it out for free. That reminds me again. Do you remember the Kingsman?
The movie?
The movie?
The Kingsman.
Yeah.
With Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember you were giving out the free cell phones and what was happening? Do you see what I'm trying to say here?
Oh, you mean hold on. You mean like the free vax? You mean like that?
Yeah.
Shit is sketchy, man. As soon as they start saying, "Oh, free phones, just take it. It does all this crazy," I ain't touching that shit.
But
what you want?
Yeah, exactly.
This is one thing I try to tell people. I keep saying all the time. I hope people really understand. We all have seen John Wick. We all have seen, and I love the series John Wick. John Wick was the best. But notice in the movie, did you see any U.S. currency? Any U.S. currency?
Nah, they used the little gold John. They use that little gold John. Yeah.
I like, what's that book, Simi?
1984. George Orwell.
Okay.
Oh, that's the Orwell book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you know how much an ounce of gold is going for right now?
How much?
$1,800 for 1 ounce of gold.
Mm.
I'm telling you, Hollywood will every now and then give you a glimpse. And this is the last one right here. This is the last one, okay? There's a show on Apple TV called Upload. Have you heard of that?
I saw it.
It's a funny ass show. I love the black woman in it. It's funny. And I started putting two and two together. If you haven't seen Upload, I'm gonna go ahead and be a spoiler alert. Please just
don't
offline.
Spoil the fucking movie or the show. Don't spoil.
It's a show. It's a series on Apple TV. When you die, they upload your conscious into the metaverse. They upload your conscious into the internet.
Based on how much money you have, you can go into like a better afterlife or a shittier afterlife. Yeah.
Exactly.
Is that on Amazon too?
Huh?
I downloaded
Is that on
it.
Amazon?
I downloaded it online. I don't know where it is.
I thought I saw it on Amazon.
But you have to watch it. Season 2 is out, and I haven't seen season. I'm waiting.
Oh shit! Season 2's out. I'm gonna download that shit.
But it's scary as hell because when I saw about the metaverse and I saw all the things that the metaverse can do, that's all I thought about was upload. Because eventually they're gonna be able to upload your conscience into the metaverse, and you can live forever in the internet and be a part of the internet or the metaverse. I'm telling you.
I'm good with that, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Well, I guess philosophically, the issue with that is that you can't tell whether you're dead or just transferred. Like, or
does
copied.
It matter? Does it matter?
Well, copy. So your copy has a life, but you don't really have a life.
I see what you're saying.
Care?
I see what you're saying. So you don't know if you're actually transferring your consciousness or if it's a copy of your consciousness.
Yeah. So
Understood.
that's the debate, because your copy is going to think he's you, but like you as you, who knows what you are? Like, did you transfer or did you copy? So, yeah.
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you, some of these Hollywood movies will tell you the future.
Or
Star
imitates life.
Oh, imitates life. Star Trek. I love teleportation. I wish we had teleportation.
Facts.
I saw somebody today on Instagram. The U.S. Army had an article about teleportation, that they're already working on teleporting troops to certain places around for different conflicts. So they already have teleportation.
I don't know. I don't think they have teleportation yet, man. I don't think.
Man,
look, man. I'm into the whole government conspiracies as much as the next guy, but as far as like teleportation goes, I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's not something that we're at yet.
Did you see the fly? Did you see the fly back in 1982? The fly with Jeff Goldblum?
No.
Go watch the fly. They started doing teleportation pods back then.
It's a movie, Marcus. That was a movie.
But that's his point, though. See, a lot of these movies did predict the future.
Exactly.
Okay, so hold on. Do you believe vampires and werewolves are real?
Look,
well, I mean, in a sense, there are people who do drink blood.
Do you think that superpowers exist? Do you think
no,
that
not quite yet.
Do you think that these people like they burn up in the sun? I'm not talking about sunburn. I'm talking about these motherfuckers catch on fire when they go outside in the sun, right? And they have to drink blood to live and survive. Do you think these people exist?
No, I don't believe there's a subgroup of those people. Maybe there's like some kind of mutation where there are people who are allergic to the sun. Yes, but no. Yeah, I don't think they had a mutation all at once.
Man. So that's what I'm talking about. This fly shit in 1982. Just because you see some teleportation shit and it says like the government doesn't mean that the government actually has teleportation devices.
True. But at one point,
if we had teleportation devices, like we would be on other planets at this point.
No. But they're working towards that.
Yeah, dimensional. I get that, but look, man, I'm just trying to say. I hear you saying. I'm a fan of sci-fi more than anybody else could be.
Well, hold on. I don't know if you're a fan more than me, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, okay, let me say this right here. Did you watch the series of Grimm?
Are you talking about the one with Matt Damon and whatever? No, that was a movie. That was a movie. So the series, no. And the reason why I didn't watch the series is because, if I'm not mistaken, it was rated either TV PG or TV 14. And as soon as I saw that shit, I was like, this shit too weak for me. That shit needs to be TV MA or above to get my interest.
Look, man, for 5 years on Friday nights, I deserve I set my ass right on my couch and watched Grimm. I love all the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbits. I read the books. I love all the Star Treks. I didn't like all the Star Wars. I mean, because I'm old school. You know, the 1979 version to 1995.
You fuck with Harry Potter?
Not really. I didn't do Harry Potter. I wasn't
Harry Potter. You don't fuck with Harry P?
Nah,
damn, man.
Nah. I didn't get into that. I'm sorry.
You fuck with Star Wars?
Oh yeah, Star Wars.
Okay.
But not this other shit with the girl being the goddamn
Disney version.
All right, hold on. All right, so hold on. When Disney came back around, all right, so episode 8 and 9, which was the second and third one that came out when it revamped, I'll give you that they were not really that great. But the first one, the episode 7, when they came back and they introduced the chick with the black dude, that movie was banging. That was a good movie. Yeah.
After that was horrible.
Yeah, I got facts.
No.
They should have made the black guy. They should have made the black guy the Jedi. And the way that they promoted it in the beginning, I thought he was gonna be.
You thought he was gonna be the Jedi?
Yeah, I was like, yo, Stormtrooper's gonna be the Jedi. But nah, they made it a woman.
Yeah. No offense to women. I mean, look, let me say this right here. I love women because I'm married to one. But there are certain superhero roles that I think you can't cross. When they did, now this is before, when they came up with Supergirl, I wasn't a fan of the comic book. I was like, no, she don't know. But then it makes, but you had Storm, you had Rogue, all that, they were special women with their own powers who did stuff. Don't take a male superhero because Captain Avenger
Captain
was
America.
really not in the Marvel series. What's the woman's Captain
Marvel.
Oh, you
Captain Marvel was Captain Marvel in the comic book started out as a man. They had a woman Captain Marvel, but the original Captain Marvel was a man.
It was Marvel. It was Marvel.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Now you're rewriting comic book history, and I'm upset.
Bro, not only that, but check this out. In the comic books with Captain Marvel, the chick, she was okay, but she wasn't anywhere near the level that they showed her in the movies. So in the movies, so Thor is the strongest Avenger. He is the most elite Avenger, and they almost dumbed him down, and they made Captain Marvel seem like she was either at equal level to him or stronger. Right, so when she's not, I think actually in the comics, I think if I'm not mistaken, he decimated her. So yeah, man, it's wild.
You can't have that. Look, it's 2021, all right? You can't have men dominating women. It doesn't jive in this new era.
If you ever watch, check this out. If you ever watch any type of even just fighting movies now, if you watch any type of fighting movies, somehow they always allow the women. The women can always kick the shit out of dudes, but God forbid that a man hits back and knocks her ass out. Apparently you can't do that. You can't do that.
There's a Netflix movie that came out. Who plays Aquaman? What's that guy's name?
It's the same dude from Game of Thrones.
It's like Rose or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, Jason Momoa.
Okay. He's got a movie on Netflix where I don't even want to ruin it, but pretty much
it's like him and his daughter or something, right?
Yeah, and she embodies her dad. And she's got all these supernatural powers that don't exist. This girl's a teenager, and she's straight up whooping grown men ass in this movie.
Look,
it was the worst movie.
I'm not I'm not saying that Hollywood is emasculating men with these.
Yes, they are. I'm saying that shit.
I am. Society emasculates men.
So wait, hold on. Has there ever been a video or a scene where dudes are just beating up women left and right and it's justified?
No. Show me.
If there is, it's definitely pre-2015 for sure.
It's like pre-1965 type stuff.
I can't recall an actual. Yeah, I can't recall a movie. I'm sure there's got to be at least one movie out there. It's I don't give a fuck. We're gonna make sure that we beat women up in this one. But I can't recall one off the top of my head.
Gone with the Wind, Spit on Your Grave, The Burning Bed. These are old 1970s and early 1900 movies. Because in Gone with the Wind, old boy smacked the shit out of his girlfriend, and she went flying back. Burning Bed was about a domestic. What Love Got to Do with It? The Ike and Tina Turner movie.
Oh yeah. What Love Got to Do?
Yo, that's my favorite movie.
Yeah, okay, but these are bad guys though. I said justified.
They are bad guys.
They're all Lifetime movies, movies where the women are abused, and that's the point. But I mean, I haven't seen any karate movies or any superhero movies where women come as security or whatever, and they're just getting beat up left and right,
and specifically by men. Because I've seen plenty of movies where women are beating up other women, but not men beating up women.
What about Karate Kid with
Kill Bill?
Kill Bill? No,
Kill Bill, yeah.
She was beating up everybody.
Yeah, she was fucking them up, bro.
Kill Bill's one of my favorite movies.
But in the beginning, David Carradine.
He was whooping her ass. That is right.
He was whooping her ass,
He was. I remember that scene.
In Kill Bill?
But
no.
Yeah.
Yes. She was getting
Who was she getting trashed by?
Because she was getting married, right? She was getting married.
Yeah.
He went into the church and fucked everybody up.
Okay, but hold on. But here's what I'm saying too. So yes, I agree. But that was one small minuscule scene, right? The entire movie is just her trashing dudes that she could never really trash.
Yeah. I mean,
somebody said Luke Cage and Jessica during Mortal Kombat. All the Mortal Kombats, you know what I'm saying? The very first Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Sonya Blade, you saw the new Mortal Kombat. I hated it. But Sonya Blade she was beating up grown ass men, but she was also getting her ass whooped.
Yeah.
Was she getting her ass? Because I saw the new Mortal Kombat. I'm trying to remember if she was getting her ass whooped.
I'm talking about the
First
old
she
Mortal
was,
Kombat.
and then she came back.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just wish that they would look. I really just wish that I could see a realistic fight movie, right? To where if a woman tries to like fuck up some dudes, that she just gets knocked the fuck out quick, right? Like that should be. Look, there is not 100-pound woman on the planet, right, that has whatever skills you want to say against a 200-pound dude, right, who has whatever skills you want to say. There's no way that she's trashing. She will get beat every single time.
Don't let the masculine feminist women hear you say that. They're gonna be like,
every single time.
yes, I can.
I mean,
Where's Wolf, yo?
Hold on, we saw it in real life with Zach Stacy and his ex-girlfriend. That was real life. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know who that is.
Yo, he was throwing her around like a rag doll.
Who are we talking about?
Oh, what? You're saying the opposite of what we're asking for.
Hold on. You talking about Ray Rice? Who are you talking about?
Him too. Put him in the
Yo, he knocked the shit out of his girl, bro.
Why are we laughing about this?
I'm trying not to laugh because he fucked her up, and then somebody else was like, "Is she okay?" Like if you saw the video, and he's like, "Yeah, so it's all good." And then he drags her ass like out of the fucking out. It's fucked up, man. It was fucked up.
Look, all I'm trying to say, my argument is, don't take a male superhero role and feminize it, turn it into a woman, and think we're supposed to love it the same or equally.
Wait, hold on, Marcus. That's not even the worst thing. That's not even the worst thing, buddy. So, like, you're talking about, like, Supergirl as if somehow, like, that's the worst thing. Now they have Superman's son. Like, he's just gay as fuck. He's super gay. That motherfucker's super gay.
Yeah.
If you're bisexual, you gay. You gay.
You gay. You're confused.
See, that's why I didn't watch the Eternals.
Superman, bro, if I was Superman, hey, my son, clearly somebody was cheating on me. Clearly somebody was cheating on me. Hey, my fucking son.
What did you say, the Eternals?
Yeah, I didn't watch the Eternals for that because I heard there was like some gay scene on that. So I'm like,
there's gay scenes in literally everything, man.
Damn,
like you can't escape it anymore.
Too.
Yeah, I could do female gay scenes, but not male gay scenes.
Bro,
I can't do that.
You need to explain that. Hold up.
Explain that, bro.
What you mean explain that? It's okay. Well,
it's gay.
Well, okay. Female gay, I said this before, female gays are not that gay. Men, like gay men, are just straight gay. Like you can't watch that and that's just super gay.
How can you
Justin,
say this
munching on carpet is gay, bro. It's the carpet munching.
It's gay.
Munching on carpet is gay. Like, what are you talking about?
See, but a dude looking at two females, he's not getting any gay, like he's not lusting after men. You know, you're not seeing men and like saying, "Oh wow, like oh, well, look what they're doing. They're kissing." No, you're looking at women. So
no, but that's not what I'm saying.
The worst you can do is lust after them both.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. We're not saying that.
That's what I'm saying, though.
No, but hold on. I'm not saying that by you looking at two women they're being gay that makes you gay. I'm saying that if you are against homosexuality, you should just be against homosexuality.
True. I am. I'm just saying. Like, I could handle gay women. Their scenes, I just can't handle gay men on theirs. Yeah, sin smart. You're not gonna sin watching gay sex with men.
He said it again.
But you understand that. Okay, but you would still say that both of it is gross.
No, well, both of them are gay, but I think one is less gross.
But wait, hold on. Do you think that two women being together is gross or not gross?
It's less gross. Let me just. So it is gross. It's just less gross than men.
How is it less gross?
Well, because I think we've been through this before.
Is it because you want to be with two women, like two lesbians?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's way more preferable, of course. Praise God. But
what?
Yes, I mean, I said that's preferable. That's sinfully preferable. I mean, that's what straight men be okay with.
You said sinfully preferable?
What is sinfully preferable?
Yo, Justin's been making up these terms. He just be making.
Come on, wait. Can I use that when I go to heaven? This is sinfully preferable.
No, but my point is, if you are in your state of mind, like wanting to sin, you're going to sin in the straight way. You don't want to sin in the gay way.
What is sinning in a straight way? Justin, what?
What you mean?
What he's saying is that if I'm a heterosexual man, it's all right for me to be amongst two lesbian women because that's their sin. I'm just lusting after women, not.
So you're lusting after homosexual behavior.
Yeah, if you're lusting after homosexual behavior, then that would still be a sin.
But in a man's eyes, I mean, I get what he's saying. In a man's eyes, he's straight. I see two women. I don't see the sexuality.
Oh, understood. I'm not saying, I am not by any means saying that Justin is gay by lusting after two lesbian women. I'm saying he's a hypocrite because he should just say that, look, if you're gay, and it's equally gross.
No, it's not equally gross. That's my point. It's not equally gross.
Okay. Gross. You know what? Gross is the wrong word. Would you say it's equally wrong?
Yeah, I would say it's equally wrong. I just think gay men or just homosexual men are just far more destructive, mentally speaking. I think women, they're allowed to be a little bit feminine and flirtatious towards each other, but not men, because I think it's more destructive to their masculinity than women being, feminine towards each other.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So you're saying that gay dudes are grosser than gay women.
Yeah, I've said that several times.
Okay,
yes.
That's fine. But you still agree that it's both equally wrong.
Yeah, ish. Yes.
Yes
or ish? No,
Yes. Let me.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, you know what?
I just think it's more depraved.
I can understand that.
I just think it's more depraved for men to do. Yeah, it's just way more depraved.
I guess for me, when it comes to women on women action, I don't too much care for it.
Me neither, man.
I'll be honest. In my younger days, I had did my things, but even still, it wasn't like I guess I'm so Southern, old fashioned. Like I said, we didn't play that. It's like it's like I didn't get it, but when I got it, it's like it still wasn't all of that. It was like when I see,
I'd never fuck with that. I'd never fuck with that, man.
If you say hold on, Tyler, if you saying right now, if two women came to you and gave you an opportunity to smash both of them at one time, you would walk away.
No, so hold on. Let me tell you what I'm saying. So there's a difference. Well, first of all, I'm not into degenerate behavior like that any longer. But let's just say that I was into this.
As of yesterday or something.
Yeah, as of it's like 2 weeks now. So as of 2 weeks ago. Okay, but let's say prior to week Tyler, right? Say that I was into that. So there's a difference between two women doing something to me than two women doing something to me, but also doing something to each other. As soon as I see any type of homosexual activity, it's completely just a turn off of me. I think it's weird and gross. Again, I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm saying that shit is fucking weird and odd, and I don't it doesn't turn me on in any sense.
You know what's weird midget porn. If you watch midget porn, it's weird.
Where the fuck that come from? Yo, let me check your browser history. Let me check your browser history. Yo.
But I got to Suni. So Suni, when you see sexual activity between a man and a woman, especially women, how do you register that? You know what I'm saying? Because I understand. I understand where Justin is coming from. There's a feminine attraction that's more socially acceptable when women are getting on versus men getting on.
I find it to be very cringy when any sexual activity is displayed on TV. I don't think there's any need for any of that. It's just weird. I'm just oh, sexy, okay. And I usually turn away. I don't want to see what you do. Why do I want to watch somebody else have sex? No. It doesn't matter what it is.
I used to watch Modern Family until they killed the series. And for the longest, Mitch and Cam never showed any sexual attraction to each other. They were a gay couple, but they never kissed, they never held hands, they adopted a little Chinese baby. And I could tolerate that. It was an episode when they were talking about public affection. and that's when I got turned off away from the series because the show made them kiss on TV. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to see that. I didn't want. And I'm not trying. I mean, I have nothing against the you know, if you want to kiss whatever, do whatever. That's what I think. I guess when I was coming up, I'm gonna get this. I'm old. I'm 47 years old. There was a time when TV went off. Literally, the blue screen or the red screen and the American would come on at midnight, and the TV will go off. Right now, the programming is 24/7, 7 days a week, and I have to go and deprogram my kids. My kids are older now. My son, he's by far the most homophobic person in the world, thanks to me. My daughter is too, and my other daughter, my youngest daughter, she don't get down like that either. You know what I'm saying? For right now, she's 12.
Yo, are you the one who told me that your son won't hold the door open for dudes because it's gay?
He would not hold the door for dudes. He would say that is gay. It was unfortunate. I did that when he was like 12 or 13 years old. I was like, you don't hold a dude. That's gay. You know what I'm saying? Only doors you open for your daddy, your granddaddy, mama, your grandmother. That's it. All your homeboys get their own goddamn door. And I did that for so long. So one day he was here in DC when he came to live with us, and we was going to the movies, right? And it was a dude. Come, I said, I got you, Slim. He's like, Dad, that's gay. Did you say that was gay? You don't hold a dude for another door. That's gay. I'm telling you right now. I think
you taught him too well, man. You taught him too well.
Look, man, my son, he's a savage right now. He has his own place. He's very responsible for what he does. But I told him, I was a young parent. My son came when I was 19, and I said, look, we might be close in age, but some of the things you talk about, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he wants to talk to me about certain things, and to keep that relationship, father and son, as a young father, is the hardest thing in the world. As an older father now, he's my age. It's really harder because now he's a man now. He's grown, and he think we can. And I still said, don't blur those lines because I'm gonna tell you to get out my goddamn house and go back to your house. You know what I'm saying? But I made him that way. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry because I'm happy to see what I created and what I made.
So Suni, you have a son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna tell your son that it's gay to hold the door open for another man?
No.
Personally, I think that's a little too far. I think that's a little too far.
No. You just keep it basic, you know. Boys don't kiss boys, girls don't kiss girls. Like it's not normal. It's not what happens, and it's kind of harder to shield it from your kids now because they participate in life, you know, they watch TV and it's there. But with my kids, they ask questions. Mom, why is it like that? Mom, what's this? So I have an opportunity to even more influence them and say, nah, that's not normal. So when they do see it, they're like, God didn't make us that way, you know? They have no problem with like voicing their opinion or what they see, which is great. I told this story all the time. My kid's seen a transgender cross-dressing man at the BX, and they were like, why is that man wearing heels? Why does that man have on makeup? Because he's weird.
Let me ask you a question. How old is your? If I'm not asking for it,
yeah.
What is the age range of your son?
9.
9. Okay. This is a true story, right? True story. And I know what your husband probably going to do because I know what I did. I lost my mind. I didn't know how to deal with it. Every young man has a wet dream. He has his first.
I never had those.
What?
No, I'm legit. Like, look, man, as soon as I found out what those were in adolescence, I was like, why ain't I getting these? Like, I'm trying to get some of these wet dreams, bro. But like, I never got them, bro. Never got them.
I'm gonna say this right here. That conversation that I had with my son when he didn't know what happened. So his mother picked up the phone and calls me, and I was like, "What you want me to tell him? You're a man. Tell him." I said, "Well, he gonna have to come live with me." You know what I'm saying? And that's when she started packing the stuff and she shipped him up to me. You know what I'm saying? But that conversation said, "Look, son, your body goes through things. You're gonna have some dreams. Rock with it, roll with it, enjoy the dream. But when you wake up, we're gonna kick in. Don't come find. They're gonna look for that shit right there. That's what I do. Not right now. At least right now. No. But
hey, look, I'm gonna leave that conversation to my husband. I don't even want to know. You got that, bro.
But I tell you, but for my girls, right? As a man, it's hard, and this is why I take my hat off to all women when raising girls. That is the hardest thing to do. Some of the things that a man has to do, we just not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? At a certain point of time in life.
See, I would be fine like talking to my daughters, or I mean, I'll just Google the shit. I'd be like, look, all right, so based on this Google search, this is what your body is going through, young Stephanie. Yo, if I have a daughter and my wife ain't around or whatever, I'm gonna be like, look, all right, well, this is what your body is going through per the first result on Google.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to have a daughter. I would not want to be. I can't be a single parent with a daughter. How would I? I would have to. I would have to get a stepmother.
Men raise better children as single fathers.
Yes, they do.
Probably better sons. Probably better sons. I don't know about daughters.
Sons and girls.
So
they become, dude. I have studies that'll back it up. Their sons and daughters. If it's obviously you should have both parents, right? But if it's going to be a single mother versus a single fathers are better because their children always come out to be, or statistically are more prone to be more financially stable. They're more likely to have less emotional problems, better jobs. So yeah, man, they're just generally better.
I don't know, man.
And there are some things that I struggle with as a mom when it comes to, am I being too soft or am I being too hard? My husband's the equalizer. There's sometimes I'll be like, do you think I was too harsh? Like, was I being too easy on him? And he'll tell me, but that's what men are for. They provide that balance. Without men, it's like, it's
not me. I used to go through the house and I still do. I start kicking shit, throwing shit, just raising. I was like, y'all don't believe this bullshit. I have a lot of family meetings in my house. I was like, we need to have a family meeting because this is not going down. And my son, you know, my kids, my oldest is 25, my daughter's 22, my youngest is 12. So we had a lot of family meetings in my house. And when my kids walked in the house, they didn't know they're gonna get slapped the shit out about me or get hugged and get kissed. You have to keep them on pins and needles. My daddy kept me on pins and needles. My mom, we didn't know. My parents walked in the house and we was like, and when we realized the environment of the house, we're like, okay, we can relax. Because you don't know if your daddy had a good day at work or bad day at work. You don't know if your mother, we just knew we had to go outside and then once they talk or whatever, then we can come back in the house. Let me tell you, that to me is 3 stages to parenting that I believe in. And when I was a probation officer, I used to tell, because a lot of parents are like, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? Why is my kid in prison? Yada, yada, yada. I said, you have the fear stage, you have the respect stage, you have the friendship stage. If you try to skip one of those stages, you're going to have problems with your kids. Because a lot of parents are, I just want to be my kid's friend. I just want to be able to come to me and talk to me. No, you are the parent. You make rules and regulations. They don't, you knock the shit out of them. Plain and simple. The second one is the respect stage. All the knocking shit out and giving all these life lessons to your kids, right when they turn like 13, between 13 and 18, that's when they respect you. All your words can say, well, my daddy told me this, or my mama told me this. And they start throwing you up under the bus with your friends. Now, I can't go over there because I know my dad gonna knock the shit out of me, so I'm going to stay right here. So they respect your words. When they get out your house, that's when you become friends. You have set the blueprint for everything else. Because before my dad died, I was still afraid of my father at the age that I was when he passed away, and my mother too as well. But I can sit down and we can laugh. I respect, because they say you need to go to the grocery store and go get something for the house. I went and got it because I respect them. You know what I'm saying? But then we can sit down and have a drink with my parents and joke and laugh. That friendship kicked in. That's how kids are supposed to be raised in my eyes. Knock the shit out your kids. Love them when you knock them out. Wake them up, you know what I'm saying, after you knock them out. But knock them out. A lot of people don't believe in corporate punishment. I believe in looking at it and taking names later.
I believe in it to a certain extent. I don't think everything merits a spanking, because I got my ass whooped for everything. Okay, and I still turned out rebellious as hell. They're like you just said. My mom went straight to, I'm just gonna knock the shit out of you. That's it. So
did you respect your mom?
No, and I still do.
I think that's the missing key point. So I think that I would agree with what you're saying, but I think you have to respect your parent in order to adhere to what they say, right? So like I didn't respect my parent, right? So like I was not really adhering to much. No, let me rephrase. I respected my grandmother. So when my grandmother told me to do something, like I knew to do exactly what she was saying, not just because I thought that she was going to beat me, which she would have, but also because I respected her, right? And I trusted her, right? So I didn't have that same thing with my mom. I didn't trust her or respect her. You know what I mean? And you had like a similar like upbringing like that. So like I think that's what we were like missing as kids, and we just didn't respect them, so we weren't going to do what they were saying anyway.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I look at my kids, and most times it's like disappointment from dad, and they're like, they're bummed out. They don't need a spanking. Or my husband's like, you know what? I'm tired of talking to you. So your next move is I'm gonna whoop you. They usually straighten up. It has to be something to where you just did something that just completely crossed the line. Don't lie. If I ask you and you tell me a lie, that's automatic spanking. There's no choices.
And that's the key thing. And that's the key thing. Choices. I believe in choices. When you give kids a choice and you make the two choices, between a rock and a hard place, they choose to listen to either, but they understand the lesson into what you're trying to teach them. Every time I gave my kids a whooping, a spanking, I explained to them why they're about to get their ass beat. It just wasn't like I'm just knocking people out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would try to explain to them. Because like one thing I was big on, I'm still big on to this day. If your teacher has to pin a note to your chest, see, I'm old school. They used to pin a note to our chest, and we used to walk home. We didn't know what was in that note, but we just knew that note was on our chest, and we couldn't touch it until we got home. You know what I'm saying? That note got to your parents. But if the teacher had to sit down and write out an email about your behavior, your behavior was so bad that the teacher had to stop what she was doing to fashion a letter to me about you. And I would print the letter out. I would make them read the letter. We'd have a conversation. All right, come let's get this ass whooping because this is what you're going to get. Then I'll make them write that letter expressing their heartfelt apology back to the teacher. So it's a full circle so they understand. My daughter, she has a thing about walking out of class. I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing, right? Oh, well, you got a choice. You can walk out of this school and we're going to send you to another school, or you can sit in this classroom and get up. But if you walk out of class again, I'm going to beat your ass and I'm going to send you to another school.
So
she had a choice.
I had one time in elementary school, I think I was in 4th grade, when a teacher did send me home with a note. And it was because in class, me and this other kid, we were kind of like more class clownish. So we were drawing like inappropriate photos. Like we were drawing stick figures with like boobs on them and shit like that, and we were doing all kinds of like it was funny. It was funny, and like we were making people laugh, and it was whatever, but it was inappropriate. So anyway, so she sent me home with this letter, and said that you need to show your grandparents this letter. So I showed it to her, and my grandma, we'll be clear, my grandma does not fuck around. Like she lets me know. So I'm sitting here all super nervous that she's gonna beat me for this. I'm like all nervous, and when she opens it, she immediately starts laughing. She starts laughing, and she's just like, "Oh, this is what you were doing in class, huh?" And I was like, technically, it was break. Like we were on like it was playtime. It was like whatever that was. It was like so I wasn't actually doing it while it was being taught. I was just kind of doing my thing there. It's like, all right, well, you can't do this anymore. And then she just laughed and shrugged it off, man. I was actually glad that she ain't beat me that one time. She thought the shit was funny. Probably because the stick figure that I draw had 3 boobies on it. I made sure that the stick figure had 3 boobies.
And that's one thing about parenting. We remember when we was young too as well. And we're not gonna beat you for everything. And I don't think that I just if my kids flinched to the left, I was beating their ass. No, I mean I laughed with a lot of things they did. And it brought me joy because we could sit back and talk about some of the things. And some of the things I didn't want to know. because that's part of being a kid is getting away with stuff. And when they tell me, like my son tells me stories where his friends doing in DC, I'm like, they could have got you killed. He's like, yeah, but we didn't. And it's like, okay, but that's some of the things about growing up. You can't live life without taking chances. And as a parent, you have to understand that too as well. Your kids, you're going to do things that you just don't know, and just pray to God they just make it home safe. When they do these crazy ass shits, and that's one thing I cherish as a parent. And I look at my other daughter right now who's growing up. She's 12. I mean, she probably did some things that we don't know, but she made it home safe. I may not agree when she tells me later on in life when she tells me, but she was smart enough to know that like, you know what? I can't go that far because my parents told me, or what I've seen from my parents, or based on their past or what they told me. And these are some of the great things, because when you become a parent, Tyler, it's gonna be the best thing in the world, man. You're gonna love your kids.
I'm sure.
I'm telling you, and even though my relationships with my kids' mothers probably weren't the best, but I love my kids. They was always in my car. They was everywhere I was going, and they simple things like, Dad, can we help you wash the car? Dad, can we help you wash dishes? Hey, Dad, can we just help you, polish your shoes and stuff like that? Things like that. Those are the things that, as parents, that we just take so much pride in. And every time I think about it, my son, he when I go home to South Carolina, he gets his apartment all clean for me. He's like, Dad, I got my bed ready for you, got the room ready for you. Because that's not him just being thankful for all the things I gave him. He truly loves you as a parent. He want to make sure that you're comfortable, because the life that you gave him, you made it comfortable, and he wants you to see all the great things he's doing, with all the things that you taught him, and he's living life on his own. So when you have your kids, Tyler, I know that they're gonna be just fine, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna end this convo, man. I appreciated you coming on and talking about the topics that we had to talk about, man. I'm sure that we'll talk again in the future.
Yeah, be safe, man, and don't work too hard, man. How's your new job going on, man? Okay, we'll talk later on about that
later. I'm still there. Okay. It's just like it becomes stressful at times, man. It definitely becomes stressful, but hey, man, you know what I mean? As an adult, you gotta sometimes bury that stuff, man, because you gotta be able to provide, you know what I mean?
Well, look, man, I know you're a researching person. Start doing your research on cryptocurrency. Invest your money wisely so you don't have to work again, okay?
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. You have a good night, bro.
You too, Todd.
All right. I hear dogs in the background. So anyway, yeah, man. I'm beating my kids, though, for sure. So when my kids get, I think between the ages of like, the good age between like 4 and like 6, you know what I mean? Or like 4 and 7. That's the right time to beat your kid. And you only have to do it one good time. I got a whole theory on this. You only have to beat them one good time. You beat them one good time, and they will remember. See, they're young enough to where it's not going to be like this big thing for them, going forward, but they're still old enough to remember it. Even in their subconscious, if they can't exactly recall the entire event, they know that happened for, not doing what your parent told you to do. So that's how it happened with me with my grandma, man. She beat me one good time when I was like 6. And I never did anything like that would warrant that shit again. So, yeah. I did not want that again. Anyway. Yo, where's this trans guy that said he was going to debate me on abortion? He legitimately said anytime. Anytime. I hate debating abortion now, guys. You know how I used to like just love it? I hate it now because people are just so willfully ignorant and so disingenuous. I was supposed to make a response video to this chick on TikTok. I haven't done that yet. I got to do that. Or I might just drop it. I don't know. But these people are just so intentionally like oblivious to the facts. Even when you should, like, you'd be like, look, this right here, this is a fact. This right here is a fact. You can see the fact, right? I'm showing you the fact right here. And they'd be like, where is it? Where is it? It's wild, bro. I don't know what it is about abortion specifically that pro-choicers are just so willfully ignorant on, and just so, even when they see their own contradictions, they're just so unwilling to change their mind. I mean, it's crazy. It's great. Yeah, Ticket Time. That was the trans guy's thing. Ticket Time. Ticket Time sent a whole bunch of messages to my DM, said a whole bunch of insults, saying that he was going to trash me on this topic. And I always say this, man. I'm like, look, if you're going to try and trash me on a topic, it ain't going to be abortion. You better pick a different topic. Yeah, we all know that Kyle was self-defense. Or at least we should all know that. For sure. Mm-hmm. I never liked sunflower seeds as a kid, but I like them now. Because they want it for other women while holding their kids. I don't know what you're saying. But anyway. So, all right, well, I'm going to get out of here. It doesn't seem like anything else is popping at the moment. I appreciate y'all being here. I might be back on later. I don't know. But y'all have a good night.